Hello YouTube, Jonathan800 here. The new Hearts of Iron 4 DLC Trial of Allegiance came out, bringing new focus trees for multiple countries in South Americas, especially Brazil, Chile, and Argentina. However, I will not be playing one of them. Instead, I will be playing a country that basically got one new event, Ecuador. Even that, the event mostly belongs to its southern neighbor Peru. Despite not receiving a new focus tree, some historical flavor has been added via the Ecuadorian-Peru War, which I will fight as Democratic Ecuador because flipping ideologies would be too easy. Ecuador starts with no generals or field marshals, so with the officer corps I was able to recruit good ones. The lack of building slots in Ecuador also allowed early construction of a massive fort line in the Amazon rainforest. I have later used the decision to create more building slots, which I hardly ever do. Another aspect that I spec'd into as Ecuador was an air force. Peru has a very small air force, so creating a big air force would help contest it and provide ground support. With manpower being an issue, quality troops had to be made, with mountaineers making a large portion of the army. These troops would then see action on January 1st as Peru would invade. The invasion allowed for the mobilization of more men and the economy, and with more men trickling in, I was able to improve my divisions. The Amazon line would do wonders as, despite being heavily outnumbered, the level 4 forts would keep the enemy out of rightful Ecuadorian land. There was one place where the line was beginning to break, however, but a successful counterattack by 2 mountaineer divisions would weaken the attack on Ecuadorian troops and even push out the Peruvians out of their northernmost port. After not much success for a month for either side, another offensive was launched in the mountains. The mountaineers would attack troops that were not being protected by a river, which was the main reason previous attacks on either side were failing. To assist their fellow troops, Peruvian troops attacked my troops, but that only weakened them for my units to push them out of their mountain tile as well as the initial tile I was attacking originally. This pretty much was the conflict, as the only way to really push their troops were to use the mountaineers in a multi-flank attack, or wait for Peru to exhaust itself in a failed attack. With Peru failing in another offensive, Ecuadorian units launched a counterattack that would take control of the state of Loreto. I could have ended the conflict now with the event that fired, but Peru was surely going to attack me later, so might as well make sure that their government was overthrown and no longer could be a threat. After doing an exploit, which to be fair probably would have happened anyways as I pinned down the troops reinforcing the tile, copium, I encircled over 20 of Peru's divisions. This was a death blow for the Peruvian army, as the troops who were already lacking supply no longer could get any more if they wanted to. With a lack of reinforcements, Peru's army could not defend their remaining territory as Lima would soon fall to Ecuadorian forces. What was taking its time was the offensive up north in the Amazon. The few militia troops were fighting way too many troops than they were supposed to fight, meaning closing the encirclement was extremely slow. Also, as more encirclements are being made in the south, Brazil decides to join the main conflict overseas by joining Comintern, giving the Soviets the Japanese front to worry about. Oops. With the destruction of the troops encircled in the Amazon, the Peruvian government finally surrendered after losing 5% of their population in the war, while Ecuador only losing 2.7%. With some land taken as war reparations and a supervised government put in charge, Democratic Ecuador has obtained total victory. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, you know the deal, and this is Jonathan800 signing out.